Well, welcome. Thank you for coming to my virtual launch for MOONRISERS, a werewolf mystery. Going to do a little reading right now. First, I'm going to get you into the story. We're kind of in the middle of the book here. So Jeff Chase, our werewolf hero, meets a voodoo practitioner in his tea and spice shop. He thinks she's the most beautiful woman he's ever seen, and in order to secure a date, agrees to go to a voodoo meeting with her coven. None of it went well, but this is a scene with the rest of the coven who have been trying to break up Jeff and the other woman. And there they were, the weird sisters themselves, Whittling, Tamara, and Jasula. "What do you want?" I said none too politely. "We want to speak to you," said the tallest one, Tamara. They were all still garbed in colorful dresses and galays, tall, medium, and large, like kitchen canisters. "Well, I don't want to speak to any of you. Nothing happened on my date with Nadej, and she hasn't returned my calls, so you did a real good job on her. Thanks. Bye now." Jasula glanced back at Luis, who was trying to look like he wasn't listening. "Is there a place we can go to talk?" "No, I have nothing to say to you." Whittling got in my face, squishing herself against the counter to lean toward me. "We've got plenty to say to you." "I don't care. It's over. Thanks for coming by. Now can you not do so ever again?" Strangely, I suddenly felt compelled to follow them out the door. I started around the counter before I grabbed it and held on. "Stop that! I know you're doing voodoo on me." Luis started backing away. Jasula, always the judicious one, gestured to her other sisters and smiled at me. "I'm sorry about that. We are used to using our magic to get our way. Won't you please come with us? We truly do have much to discuss with you. A place of your choosing." I clearly wasn't going to get rid of them easily, so I reluctantly agreed. "The Mermaid Cafe? Is that neutral enough for you?" They nodded in agreement, and I tiptoed around them, getting to the door and allowing them out first. I guess I could have slammed and locked it, but they'd only be back. I shrugged my apologies to Luis, wondering how I was going to explain this, and led the way to the Mermaid. We settled into a far corner table. There weren't too many customers in the place. The hipster by the window writing his book that would never be finished. The college-age woman plugged into her phone, swaying to her tunes, and an older black guy reading his newspaper while eating a muffin and sipping his tea. We didn't order anything. I felt bad about it, but I wanted to get this over with. "What do you want?" I asked again. "You're in danger," said Tamara, towering above the others, even me. "From what?" I knew they were worried about the wolf. What they didn't know was that it was me. Whittling let her voice drop to a soft whisper. "We're concerned about the murders on the beach." "The Sandman murders? I'm not a homeless guy. All the victims were homeless, weren't they?" "It's more than that," said Jasula. "We think we know what it is." "Don't you mean who?" "No," she said, her voice also dropping to a whisper. "What?" "You guys are kind of creeping me out. What does this have to do with Nadej?" "Nothing, you fool," hissed Whittling. "You aren't seeing her anymore, eh? This is something else." I was starting to get a vibe from them. Yeah, I had no doubt they were as good as the main coven when it came to ferreting out the supernatural. Maybe they could help. But maybe I'd also slip up and they'd find out about me. I didn't like the idea of ending up at the hanging end of a rope. "What do you want from me? I don't know anything about voodoo and stuff." Jasula rested her cool hand on mine. Something electric passed between us. She nodded sagely. "You've been touched. You've been very close to strong magic." I swallowed but didn't say anything. "You've seen death," she said, "and great evil. But you came out of it. Your Nam, your soul, has remained pure." And just like that, I almost lost it. I was a creature, wasn't I? Like a demon, because I could understand demon languages, sense demonic spirits. I was something between the worlds of demon and human. I just figured I didn't have a soul anymore. I felt a little choked up and my eyes stung. I closed them and rubbed at them so I wouldn't cry in front of these ladies. When I got my voice back, I croaked, "Pure?" "Yes," she said softly. She seemed composed, self-assured, confident. She knew her stuff, right? She knew stuff about the supernatural, about demons and Loa. This had to be right, too. I hoped it was right. Hell, I never even thought about my soul before. Not until I assumed I'd lost it. I swallowed again past that lump in my throat. I just nodded. I couldn't speak without a sob. I was pretty sure of it. I sat back against my chair, trembling and trying to hide it. Jasula kept hold of my hand and squeezed. "You've been through much, Mr. Chase, but we understand." Even Whittleyan wore a kinder expression. "You've known fear. You've known evil. But you've known bravery." Tamara leaned in. "We want to help. We want to do a seance with you." That woke me. "Whoa, seance? What for?" "The poor devils who died on the beach. We need to call out to them, to help them onto the spirit world. But we also want to ask them who killed them. Their spirits are restless, lost. They don't know they are dead. They must be helped to go on. We believe you can help."